What's going on, MSFers? Doolem here, and by popular demand, absolutely, we're doing offense. So, as a recap for my defense, we have Liberty with Super Scroll here, trying to stop Superior 6 just from budget killing this because Superior 6 and Mysterio does great here. We've got room number 2, Kahori, because of the Kahori bug that they made into a feature. Awesome. On-spawn Kahori's on-spawn speed bar will trigger an additional time, so we've got Black Knight and friends in here to stop some things. We've got Starjammers on defense, and they're going to be pretty tanky with new stats, so the Toxic room could be really good to help them out. Room number 4, we've got Mephisto, double pre-taunt, just some pain here with Mephisto, essentially. Room number 5, we've got Annihilators with Phoenix Force. That's been doing surprisingly well for me. I also changed it to Silver Surfer instead of Ultimus because Ultimus is better on offense plug and play. And then we've got Dormammu with Night Stalkers. Night Stalkers. That's their name. I did say it right. In room 6 because of the turn bar and all that kind of stuff. But before we get into the offense, I wanted to make sure you guys knew about my second channel making Raid Shadow Legends content. That's right. I have a second channel entirely encompassing Raid. So if you guys have been liking the content I've been putting out on my main channel for Raid, make sure you go over to my second channel as well. The link will be down in the description. And when you're in the description, make sure you're clicking the download link for Raid to get started the right way. Day 1, immediately, you're going to get a legendary in Eleanoril who does burns as well as poisons and can detonate those poisons as well. Insane character. At level 15, you're going to get Tagore. At level 30, you're going to get Ugo. And make sure you do this. Day 1, you want to type in promo code Monkey King to be able to get Sun Wukong day 1 because he is absolutely insane. And if you're on iOS, you want to make sure you click a different link in the description to type in any sort of promo codes. But let's get back into it. So for offense, I actually wrote it down because I'm dumb and I'll forget. So for offense right now, I have for teams, I have Cabal, which isn't a full team, right? So Cabal, 3-piece, obviously, plug and play with villains and stuff like that. We have Cabal. We have full Illuminati, Superior 6, Null and friends, and when I say friends, I mean symbiotes, Vigilante, Immortal, Orcus, which I know is kind of a B-tier team, right? Orcus, not bad, but still, they're pretty good on a cleanup, surprisingly. Tangled, which are starting to fall out of favor, but the charge mechanic is still really good, especially if you want to get a slow and a defense down out there really quick. Shout out to Portland RoboCop for that defense he sent me that I told him he can one-shot it with Tangled, and he took out like an Astral Odin with like a Tangled and full damage. Shout out to you for that one. That was pretty funny. We have Odin, obviously. We have Emma from Astral available as well. We have Captain Britain if we want to use him as plug and play, and we don't need the full Illuminati team to take something out. We also have Apocalypse, Kang and Titania, mainly to go with Cabal. Ultimus, like I said. We also have Mercs, but mainly Old Man Logan, and we have Black Cat. So we have a lot of weapons to use here, and a lot of you guys were asking for me to essentially show you how to beat my defense. And guess what? I'm not going to do that. Sorry, that's not happening because I don't want to just give you the blueprint to beat my entire defense so my opponents see it and just use that. And yeah, that's not happening. But what I will say is good places to use teams, right? So in 6, we all know Vigilante is going to beat 6, right? That's if they have Vigilante. So you definitely need Hitmonkey because Hitmonkey, I don't know why we all keep saying Hitmonkey instead of just Hitmonkey. I don't know why we've all been saying it like that. We all sound really stupid, so it's Hitmonkey. In his passive here, his passive actually stops the speed stat increase. So that's stopping the speed stat increase from Man-Thing, and then also he's stopping the revive mechanic as well. So that's really, really good. So they're going to be really good against that team, right? And that's completely fine. It is what it is. So Vigilante will absolutely take out Room 6. Now, for Room 5, you have a lot of issues in Room 5 because Immortal can definitely struggle here. I've seen even Starjammers fail here. So there's not really a lot of good options unless you have like something like an Old Man Logan left over that could do really well here, which you can absolutely do like an Old Man Logan and things here. So that's taking Old Man Logan off the board. We've used Vigilante. Superior 6 really doesn't work against my defense anywhere here. Illuminati is obviously really going to be good in a lot of these rooms. Illuminati will do pretty well in 2, actually, unless the extra damage from the Omega Sentinel pings causes problems. But Illuminati could do pretty well in 2. Illuminati would do pretty well in 1. I don't know how the new stats would end up affecting them, but obviously they'd stop the turn meter for Super Scroll, so I'm curious to see how Illuminati would do in 1. We have Cabal, obviously able to do Cabal things, stopping turn meter, doing really good things. And if you didn't know, in room 6, if you're using Cabal and you have like Kang in there, right? Kang spawns with speed up, gets that early crit, gives speed up to his Cabal allies. It doesn't work in room 6 unless you have Apocalypse or Nightcrawler, because Apocalypse and Nightcrawler have that line in their passive that makes it so that works. So the speed of this character and each ally can only be reduced by slow, which means they are not going to get affected by the room rules of characters with speed up gain negative 50% speed. So that negative 50% speed does not affect them. So putting an APOC, Kang, Cabal in here, again, Kang gets that speed up on spawn. The speed up actually works, and then when he gets a crit, Namor's passive gives speed up to all Cabal members, so it still works here. You can also budget it with a Nightcrawler as well. Obviously, we have Nightcrawler on my defense, but if you're not running the exact same thing, you can do that. So Cabal, a great choice there. We've got Null in Friends as well, so Null obviously super good into a Mephisto comp, right? Because Null stops Mephisto. And we also have just the general plug and play ability of Null with his symbiote allies like Void Knight, Gore. That's why you see I don't have Gore on defense here either. We also have Carnage if you want to do double the turn meter, because you can have the Carnage turn meter and then the Carnage summon turn meter as well, and it does stack. So you have a lot of options there. We have Vigilante we talked about. Immortal X-Men does really good things on offense as well. Would do well in room 1. And would do well in room 4 as well. If you have to double sack the Mephisto room, you could absolutely do Immortal here. Immortal can do okay in 5. Not the best, but they can do okay. Room 6, again, they can do okay, but not the best option, because if Blade is overpowered, his ult can just delete 3 of your Immortal X-Men right off rip, and you just lose. So that's not great, but Immortal's still a pretty good team. We have Orcus is a really good team for a cleanup. You're getting that super quick slow on the field with that defense down and offense down as well because of the Scientist Supreme ult. And then you can really start getting the ball rolling against some teams that aren't stopping that on-spawn turn meter. So Scientist Supreme still a really good character, really good team plug and play to take out some B-tier defenses. Obviously, we don't have many B-tier defenses here, but if you're in a bind for a cleanup, they're a really good team to clean up. They can also take out a solo Odin really well because they're putting out that slow super quickly with Scientist Supreme, obviously as long as it's not in room 6. But Orcus can really clean up a solo Odin really well. In ways that even new warriors still can kind of struggle, right? So Orcus is a good choice. We have Tangled as well. Again, shout out to Portland RoboCop. He used Tangled with plus 3 other reworked characters to take out an Astral Odin, and it absolutely wiped it. It was like Lady Deathstrike, Void Knight, Tangled, and one more absolutely shredded the team. But Tangled could do really good things, whether it's Tangled together. We're obviously not talking about Noir. We don't use Noir on offense. With 2099 and Weaver, Weaver alone can get charges out there really quick because she's at, I think, 127 speed, if I'm not mistaken. I'm almost positive she is. Let's scroll through all of these. I think she's at 127 speed. 127, yeah, so she's still relatively quick. And then with 2099 in there, when 2099 ults, he's giving Weaver another 20% speed bar, so she's going really fast. I think in like the 150s, if I'm not mistaken. Math is hard, though. So Tangled, still a good option to go into some things. Obviously, here, it's not going to work very well, but Tangled will work pretty well in here. if you are using, again, that Nightcrawler, or you are using APOC in here. And that's a really good option here because, again, it's going to make that speed up on spawn for 2099 work. So Tangled can still do some things in room 6. Now, 2099 ult will not give Weaver the turn meter, but it is still an option. So we also have Odin. So Odin, plug and play. I know the big hot sauce on offense right now is Odin Illuminati, so you could absolutely do that places. So Odin Illuminati, or if you just want to use Odin with four cheerleaders and Odin can just do everything, that's perfectly fine as well. That's an option. Let's see. We have Emma from Astral, and we have Captain Britain as potential plug and plays. So mainly that's going to be a function of taking out Starjammers, because I know a lot of people were asking, hey, if you have Starjammers on defense, how are you going to take out Starjammers on offense? And the main thing you need to stop from the Starjammers is Havoc's passive, which is going to be in Crucible, this character and all Starjammer allies gain plus 5% speed for each Starjammer ally, up to a maximum of 20%. So this will be stopped by Emma from Astral. And then Howard's passive, where in Crucible, fill speed bar for self and all Starjammer allies by 15% plus 5% per Starjammer ally. This will also be stopped by Captain Britain. And then you just add 3 more characters to that. I'm not going to tell you who the 3 characters are. Figure that out on yourself. Again, I'm going to guide you in the right direction. I'm not going to hold your hand. Sorry. But as long as you have CB and Emma from Astral, this team is extremely slow. It's literally just Havoc at 128. And then you have very, very slow characters after that. Like, ridiculously slow. I think Howard's at 120. Lalandra's, I think, at like 116, maybe 113. And then Groot and Rocket are both very slow as well. So very, very, very slow. I think Rocket's like at 116. Groot's at like 108-ish, 109 maybe. So a very slow team once you have those 2 characters taking away their speed. So that's great. We also have Apocalypse as well that we could throw in somewhere, maybe to stop some turn meter, maybe to potentially use it in room 6 to make sure speed ups are working for your team in here, stopping Safeguard on spawn, maybe just get that big punch as well that Apocalypse is known for. Even then, just using Apocalypse as a passive. I've seen a lot of people using Apocalypse as a passive. So for his passive, he gives a lot of stats to his allies. So he's going to be giving, let's see, 20% max health to all allies, 20% damage as well. So that's really, really good immediately right there. And he's giving... And he's going to make sure he's giving that Safeguard on his special if you need to do a redistribute of health, which is awesome. And then his ult is obviously still really, really insane. You get those slows, traumas, bleeds, all the good stuff. So Apocalypse still insane. Plug and play there. Let's see who's next on my list. Kang and Titania, most likely going to get paired with Cabal, right? Which is perfectly fine. Nothing bad there. Probably going to get paired with Cabal on that. And then we have, let's see, we have Ultimus as well. Ultimus is super good into pre-taunts. So for pre-taunts, we obviously have room 4 here. We have 2 pre-taunts. So Ultimus could be really good here. He's going to go right after Mephisto. So that's a potential pretty good option here to run in here. We obviously have a pre-taunt in 6, but again, the turn meter does not work here. So Ultimus, not the best there. We do have a pre-taunt in 5 as well, so Ultimus can really help in a lot of places. If you use like Ares, Ultimus, and then 3 others, you could get off the pre-taunt on Gladiator super fast and then start working on those Phoenix Force members. We do have Mercs, mainly Old Man Logan, but Dakin can be really useful for that stealth mechanic on his passive. We'll go look at that real quick because Dakin gets, I think it's like 60% speed bar, or is it speed stat? I can't remember. Speed bar. So when an enemy gains stealth, fill this character's speed bar by 60%. So he's really good plug and play as well against like a Super Scroll who you know is going to special turn 1 and get that stealth out there immediately, giving a bunch of speed to Dakin. So that's really, really nice. I know Sasquatch is going to go into stealth really quickly as well. So if you knock him down super, super fast, he goes into stealth. So Dakin's still really good plug and play. I really enjoy him. And then last but not least, we have Black Cat as well, obviously to take out revives in room 6 against Dormammu, but also stopping speed up on spawn for bio characters. So if you have like a Spider-Man Pav in there, you could absolutely use him to stop speed ups. And Black Cat's just really good. 131 speed, maybe 133. I can't remember. Speed is hard to remember. Let's go in here. Bye, Dawkin. Hello, Black Cat. I think she's 131. I'm going with 131. Damn it, 132. Okay, so 132 speed. But she also has a trauma stun turn 1 on her special, which is really, really great as well. She's got that charge mechanic steal on her ult as well, which is really good. Reducing speed bar as well, which I didn't even know that did that. I didn't even know it's gained her speed bar as well, unless that's only in arena. I don't know. But super, super good character, plug and play as well if you need a really quick stun out there. So that's going to be my suggestions based on the defense I have here, right? So you still have a lot of plug and play ability. You've got Captain Britain, Emma from Astral. You've got Null on offense with Symbiote Friends. You also have Odin, Illuminati, Vigilante, Immortal. You've got a lot of things to pick from, and I actually am very excited to see how people are going to be navigating my defense. Sorry, I'm not giving you all the answers, but guess what? You got to work for it a little bit, right? I'm gonna give you all the pieces that you have, and then you got to figure it out from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this gave you a little bit of an insight on my planning. It seems like you guys have been really liking this, so I might make this a staple of my Crucible week, making a defense video and then making an offense video the next day, because it really seems like you guys are enjoying it. If you want me to keep making these, please let me know down in the comment section below. And if you're still watching, make sure you type in the comment section that you are still watching. And you know what? We're going to do a special word here. You know what we're going to do? We're going to put the special word that you're going to put if you are still watching is rocket. Put rocket in the comment section in honor of Rocket Raccoon if you're still watching. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, this has been Duelim. Later, MSFers.